2-piece, increase plunging attack by 25%. 4-piece, when the wielder's plunge attack, charge attack, or skill hits an enemy, they gain 1, 2, 2 stacks, respectively, of Everlasting Radiance. This effect can be triggered once per second by plunge attacks, charge attacks, or elemental skills. Everlasting Radiance. Each stack increases plunge attack damage by 15% for 6 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So technically, this can be up to 100% plunge damage. The thing is, plunges only give 1 stack, and stacks last for 6 seconds, right? So, unless you have a way to generate a lot of stacks at the start, or you have a really long uptime, you're probably not going to average close to full stacks here. Are you sure it's possible to get more than 1 stack from plunge attacks without charge attacks and skill damage? Yeah. Because otherwise, it wouldn't say it can... Like, it would say respectively here, or something. Like, it will repeat the respectively here. I mean, I guess I'm not sure, right? It's possible that that's not how that works. And if that's the case, then this is even worse on Gami. Charge attack while waiting for Manchai. Then at C6, aware. Base attack, attack percent, flat attack, total attack. Damage percent, E, damage percent, plunge, crit value, crit multiplier. That's it. Effective attack E, effective attack plunge. But then I also want Xianyun attack, and then E attack Xianyun, MVE, MVP, MVX, damage. Okay, so what weapon do we look at? Jade Winged-Spear. New upcoming weapon. Is there also a new weapon? Or are you talking about the event weapon? For like a free-to-play option. I think we'll just look at Deathmatch for now. Attack percent. So, external buffs. What are we looking at? Are we looking at Song of Days Past Xianyun? No, I don't want to look at Song of Days Past Xianyun because that's kind of a pain in the ass. I'll do Noblesse Xianyun, TOM Farina, and Cinder City Farazan. I think that's what we're gonna do. Why is Song of Days Past cringe? Because it adds a line to the calc, and I don't like that. It actually adds 2 lines. Is Cinder City Farazan worth building? It depends on how much you hate yourself. It's an option. Anyways. Attack percent. So, we have TOM and Noblesse. So that's 20 plus 20. About 20 from substats as well. 46.6 from Sands. 24 from Deathmatch. And for now, that's it. And I guess... actually, wait. I should make a new Excel so I can do it across multiple pages. We'll start, I think, with Vermillion. So then we also add... Actually, wait. I'm going to call this Vermillion. And this is going to be E. So... Vermillion hereafter. It's 18%, and before using burst, you don't get anything else. So, a plus 18%. Flat attack, around 350. Total attack. Xianyun attack, like a little bit over 3k. Around 3k, but there's no power resonance. Damage percent E, so we get... The first E doesn't get anything, but the second E gets 15, so this plus 15%. Okay, so how much damage percent do we have at the start? We have Farazan damage percent, which is... And here I will use C6 Farazan as a reference, because you shouldn't be playing this if you don't have C6 Farazan. 38.3. We have Goblet. We have a little bit of a good amount of Farina fanfare, actually, because Shenyun stacks it pretty quickly. We should already have, like, probably around 180 fanfare. Well, more than that. You're probably at around 230 for your E and, like, C0 Farina fanfare. Yeah, but it's... Shenyun stacks it very quickly. Anyways, times 0.25%. Do I have any other sources of damage percent? I said Cinder City. 12%. Okay, now crit value. We get 98.4 plus 62.2 plus 20 times 6.6 plus alright. How much is deathmatch again? 36.8 times 2. And then Ganyan 8. Effective attack E. Total attack times 1 plus damage percent E times crit multiplier. Plunge. Damage percent plunge. And Shenyun. It's Shenyun attack and damage percent plunge. Yep. Motion value E. 455. Hello? How much shred does Farazan have again? I forbore. 30%. Right? An upgrade? No, that's not. We're still on Vermillion, chat. Don't be an idiot. Okay, now P1 is gonna be 404%. But also, our stats change a decent amount. We get 95.2 damage percent. Okay. 95.2 damage percent. And Vermillion effect starts to kick in. So, for the first plunge, you'll have the 8% from that, and probably 2 procs. So 28%. And then from the second plunge onwards, you should have the rest of it. Is this reasonable? I'm not sure. I don't know, dude. MVE is still there? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, this is more reasonable. This makes a lot more sense. Are you guys sure? Did I feel like I forgot something. I did. I forgot this. Ah, fuck. I'll have to do them individually. Okay, you're right, and I also didn't properly add the Farina stuff, you're right. Like, by this time you're fucking full, dude, whatever. I'm not gonna bother. Okay. And then we get plus 5%. Then, let's say 10. Well, 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15. Good enough. I feel like I forgot something. This feels low. Oh yeah, that's true, Pipoga. like... Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. I do think you probably have 1 stack on the first one, then 3 stack on the second one, and then maxed for the third one. Because Xiao doesn't snapshot damage for his plunges, so if he gets the Vermillion buff 1 frame before the plunge hits, it'll buff the damage. But the damage, like, I need to fucking sanity check. How much damage am I doing? My build shouldn't be that much better than the assumptions I'm doing. I guess? Huh. I guess it is reasonable. I think there's something wrong with my... Yeah. I was like, I shouldn't be low HP ever in this team. What's going on here? Ah. That makes sense. Yeah. What about it isn't a gumming buff? It's just worse than Crimson Witch. Gumming can't even fully stack it. His first plunge doesn't have a single stack. His second plunge has 1 stack. His third plunge has 2 stacks. And then from his fourth plunge onwards, he has 3 stacks because by the next one, he's fucking lost the last one. Because stacks only last 6 seconds. Dude! You do skills before plunging? Gumming's skill doesn't hit. That's why Meld Flower doesn't buff Gumming's first skill if he doesn't react with his burst. Gumming's skill makes him dash forward, but it doesn't actually hit. It doesn't have a hit, therefore it can't trigger any sort of hit requirement. Anyways. These numbers make sense, though. And this is going to be new set, so plunge set. We lose out on this 18%. And all of this, really. And instead, we gain for the first plunge, plus 25%, plus 15% times 2. For the second plunge, times 3. For the third plunge, times 4. And for the fourth plunge, times 5. And it will stay times 5 for the rest. Because Xiao actually does do his plunges quickly enough that he can do 5 plunges in 6 seconds. And therefore, once he fully stacks the set, it'll stay fully stacked. It should. Actually, is that even true? It might actually be 4. Is charge attack not worth it? I mean, it might be fine to do, but it's not like something like doing a charge attack is something you don't want to have to do. If you low plunge spam, he does 13 in 16 seconds. Okay, so if you high plunge, you'll probably average 4 stacks, or you'll cap out at 4 stacks. He's doing 2 E's, yeah, but only one of them is generating stacks because there's a cooldown. Alright, it can only trigger once per second, and you want to do your 2 skills quickly, because if you don't, you can't battery both of them into your burst. Yeah, so I think we stay at 4 then. And it's a slight buff! Huge! However, this is with Deathmatch. And attack percent is a lot worse on Deathmatch than it is on high base attack weapons. So if we take a look at Jade Winged-Spear, it's also a buff on Jade Winged-Spear. Damn. 07. Got a 5% buff. You look at Attack Goblet? Sure. I'll do... Attack Goblet seems to be ever so slightly worse than Damage Goblet, which Yanyan. It's very, very similar. Oh boy. 07, all Xiao users. Goodbye. Yeah, so the plunge set, it doesn't seem like it's an upgrade on anyone other than Xiao, though. And, like, to be fair... Actually, no. Yeah, I don't know, man. Is it like the Marie-José upgrade? No, because it should be an upgrade on every build. Marie-José build requirements can kind of be a little bit of a pain. Are these assuming Bennett or Farina? This is with Farina, so it'll be a bigger difference with Bennett. I take a look at my enormous penis, and my troubles start melting away. I take a look at my enormous penis, and the happy times are coming to stay. I gotta sing and I dance when I glance in my pants, and the feeling's like a sunshiny day. I take a look at my enormous penis, and everything is going my way.